In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the one God to whom all holy praises are due forever. Whether we say God, whether we say Allah, Jehovah, whatever the language we use to describe the Creator of the heavens and the earth, I bear witness that there is but one, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I greet all of you in the greeting words of peace. We say it in Arabic. Assalamu alaikum. Once again, for those persons who may not know what those words mean, they simply mean, when translated from the Arabic to the English, peace be unto you. And despite what you may see before you, you see us standing here. The brothers are very serious, so many of you think, well, we're obviously very violent people. We don't come to the park with a violent intent. We are here in peace. Our attitude is one of defense, because many people don't like the Nation of Islam because of what you've read about us in various newspapers and what you've heard in various media, be it electronic or print media. And so we are just being wise, like any wise person who knows that there are hostile persons who don't like them. They take adequate precautions. Just like if you have a valuable piece of jewelry, there are certain parts of town where you don't wear it. You cover it up or you take it off altogether, because you know that the potential is that some idiot will snatch it or do something worse in order to try to relieve you of your property. And so anything that you value, you protect. And whether you appreciate it or not, we value the word that comes from us, and we value one another. And so therefore we put a ring of fire around that which we love today, because the message is, don't go there.
That's right.
I was born on the island of Jamaica, and in Jamaica, many of the parents, including my own parents, they had a motto, and many of you have heard it. They said prevention is better than cure. So we would rather prevent a violent situation, because we were here one time and somebody was speaking over there, and some disgruntled member of the listening public who didn't like what the person was saying rushed forward and punched the speaker in the face. Well, I have an aversion to being punched in the face.
That's right.
And I'm not a Christian. I was raised as a Christian, but I have renounced that type of teaching. I'm a Muslim. And my book as a Muslim is called the Holy Quran.
Go ahead.
And the Holy Quran does not teach me to turn the other cheek.
That's right.
The Holy Quran teaches me to fight with those who fight with me.
That's right.
But I must never be the aggressor.
Yeah.
And so that's why we act in the manner in which we do. And we can justify it all day long.
Right.
Because we have a long, long history of black people standing up and trying to do something for themselves and finding themselves being attacked and put down, beaten down physically and spiritually and mentally. And we have no intention of allowing that condition to repeat itself. Now, the subject that we have today is a very brief one. I'm just getting over some type of virus, flu, so I don't really want to be talking for too long. And so we would just say a few brief words on our subject. Then we would welcome your questions if you have any. And then we'll be out of here because we have another meeting to go to. So those of you who are sincere seekers after truth, those of you coming to the park because you're looking for something of interest that may provoke a thought, you're standing in the right place.
That's right.
Those of you who are looking for some fun and games, those of you who are looking for jokes and frivolity, keep moving to my right, your left, and I'm sure you'll find much of that along the way.
That's right.
Now, our subject today is the true value of the woman. It's a very vast subject, and I don't want to do an injustice to such a subject, because we can never really go into the depth of it. We're really going to just touch on a couple of aspects of this, and then as I said, we'll open up for your questions. The true value of the woman. Men and women today really have no concept of what a woman is and the great value of a woman. Why do we say this, and how can we prove it? Well, the earth on which we're standing is never referred to in the masculine.
That's right.
The earth on which we're standing is always referred to in the feminine, in that we refer to Mother Earth. The universe from which we get 9 planets is never referred to in the masculine, always in the feminine. The universe is called she, giving birth to all planets and all life. The earth, Mother Earth, is where we all come from. This is where all of our food comes from. This is where all of the materials come from which we build our homes and the various material things that we love and that we use. All of it comes from the earth. So you imagine having disregard or disrespect for the earth, that which we get everything from. What would that say about such a person? That would say about such a person that either they are very ignorant, or they are very, very ungrateful.
That's right.
Because if the earth provides us with everything, why would you then disrespect the earth?
That's right.
The woman is no less than the earth. Some women today, because of miseducation, wouldn't want to be associated with the earth, because the earth is always, well, it's dirt, isn't it? It's filthy, it's really nothing. So why would you compare me to something like that? That's because of your miseducation.
That's right.
The earth may be referred to by some as dirt, but a farmer knows the value of that so-called dirt.
That's right.
That dirt is extremely important to the growth and development of the human being.
That's right. Land.
You have a wonderful rose garden or some other plants that you want to cultivate, you need to go and get yourself some fertilizer, some earth.
That's right.
You need some of that topsoil, that dark organic material, which is the decomposition of the leaves and other organic material that gives life to the earth.
That's right.
That which is referred to as humus, the topsoil of the earth, that black or dark organic soil.
That's right.
Without that, you can't grow anything. That's why when you look at a desert, it is of a white complexion, that which has been denatured. Having the dark organic material removed, now it's dry, denatured soil, that which can produce no life.
That's right.
There's a deep science in that that you need to understand as well, Caucasian people.
That's right.
About how you come from nature into that which is denatured.
Listen up.
How when you want some good food, you got to go and get yourself some wholemeal flour.
That's right.
See, with the whole meal intact, all of the meal in it, it's dark. When you denature the flour, when you take the vital ingredients out of the flour, you are left with a white flour, that which has no nutritional value whatsoever.
That's right.
When you want yourself some decent sugar,
That's right.
and you got to go and look for some dark molasses.
That's right.
You got to go and get yourself some sugar which still has the nature ingredient within it.
Right.
However, when you denature it and take out all of the nutrients from it, you are left with what they call white granulated sugar.
That's right.
And the scientists of this world, who are wise, they know that there is no nutritional value in that, and in fact it is called, in scientific language, poison. That's why wise people don't use white sugar.
That's right.
Wise people who are dealing with health will always seek out some natural brown sugar.
That's right.
Okay, I mean, we can go on if you want,
That's right. But
but I think you get the picture. So those of you who are glorifying in your white skin, no, this is the natural. Something happened to you. Now, I'm not saying this to, beat you down or throw off on you. I'm just telling you this. Those of you who are suffering from the disease of white supremacy,
That's right.
thinking that you are so wonderful because you got this pale skin. No, something is wrong with you.
That's right.
You are not the natural.
What's your language?
This is the natural. That's why you yourself will say, oh, I feel so ill and pale.
That's right.
And you will run to the Caribbean to get a tan in order to feel better.
Healthy and brown.
Those of you who are Caucasians, and those of you who are Caucasians who can get a tan, when the summer comes, you show off to your less tanned brothers and sisters.
That's right.
And you will, that's why you refer to the Italians as Dagos and Wops. And you don't like them. You're envious and jealous
That's right.
because they got that olive skin, that little bit more flair. And by the way, the reason why the Italians have that flair, the reason why they can play a little football with style and panache, the reason why they can design a Ferrari or a Benelli motorcycle with curvatures and lines is because we came across the Alps a few years ago with one of our great leaders called Hannibal.
That's right.
And we mixed our blood with those Europeans in Rome. And we produced those olive-skinned people. The reason they got that little flair and panache, because you got some of the black man in you.
That's right.
Oh, some of you shaking your heads. No, this is so unbelievable.
Study the history.
You need to study history.
That's right.
You need to know why you're the way you are. Why you got that hot Italian blood.
That's right.
You got some of the black man in you.
Tell it.
And you should be grateful, because you got that little olive color now.
Latin.
That's not even our subject. Let's deal with our subject. That's how we're going to be really quick today. The subject is the woman. And we're saying that the woman is so important to humanity. You imagine. Some people like Tony Blair. They say he's a great prime minister.
He's a Holocaust.
Some people say they like Saddam Hussein. There's Iraqi people. Many of the men in Iraq, they very much love Saddam. You may not like Saddam, but the people of Iraq love Saddam.
That's right.
And many of the men emulate him, and they grow their mustache just like him, because they want to look like their leadership.
That's right.
Many of the people on the planet love Fidel Castro, a great man. Many people love Mao Zedong. Many people love Leonid Brezhnev. Many people love Karl Marx, and I'm talking about these men. Many people will refer to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because you're a modern day Muslim and you say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the foundation of Islam and the one who received revelation of the Holy Quran, and you're correct.
That's right.
And the Christians claim Jesus, the Christ, and they say we love Jesus and Jesus and Jesus. But what is it that all of these men that I've mentioned and all the rest that I've not mentioned, what have they all got in common?
That's right. Tell it.
None of them would exist on this planet unless they came via the womb of a woman.
That's right. Tell it.
So you can talk all day long about this great man and that great man, but without the woman, there'd be no great man.
That's right.
Bob Marley said, the biggest man you ever did see was once a baby.
That's right.
So the point is that the female is very, very important, even though you have many men who try to negate or relegate the woman to a secondary or sideline position in life.
Tell it.
It is a very foolish and ignorant man who does this. Now, I'm not saying to you that I've never done that, because I'm sure I have in my more ignorant days. But when you come into enlightenment and you begin to appreciate the reality of how we come to be, we must develop a proper appreciation of the woman. The woman is a very unusual creation of God. And she is, according to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to us, through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, she is, hear this, the woman is the mystery of God.
That's right. Tell it.
Those of you who are confused about God, you're not too sure.
Go ahead, beloved. Break it down.
The mystery of the reality of God is all wrapped up in the woman.
That's right.
You know, there is a book in the Bible, the first book, called Genesis.
That's fine.
Genesis, which is called one of the 5 books of Moses. And in Genesis, in the word Genesis, is the word genes.
Listen.
Tell it.
Genes, from genes you get DNA, or the makeup of the human being. The genes, the Genesis, the beginning. That's what it means. In Genesis, Allah is talking about the creation process. Many of you think that Genesis is talking about the beginning of all of the family of the human beings and the entire creation of the heavens and the earth. Not talking about that.
That's the thinking.
That's right, thinking.
That's the thinking.
Your Bible is only 6,000 years old.
That's right.
Talk to any scholar of religion and they will bear witness that the Bible, when it talks in terms of Genesis, is only talking about 4,000 years ago. It's a very, very short time ago. Well, this earth that we're standing on today is far in excess
That's right.
of 6,000 years, much less 6 million years,
That's right.
less 6 billion years. In fact, we have history going back as human beings in excess of 66 trillion years.
That's right.
So what is Genesis talking about?
Go ahead, brother, teach it.
Genesis is trying to give you a picture of something. But it's talking about the genealogy, and it's talking about the genes, it's talking about the very DNA. I only mention it because I want to get into the science of what makes up the human being just a little bit. As well as Genesis, as well as the genes, as well as the DNA, you also have that which they refer to as the chromosomes.
That's right.
The male is made up of the XY chromosomes. The female is made up of the X chromosome. Now, the X, what does this X mean? You've heard of Malcolm X? You've heard of the X-ray? You go to the dentist and he puts you in a seat and he says, well, we're going to have to X-ray your jaw. And he puts on a big lead coat and he says to you, stay there, and he leaves the room.
That's right.
The lead coat is for his protection and he's leaving the room.
That's right.
And there's some danger in there, but he's leaving you in there to have your X-ray. Oh, Caucasian people, you're the greatest poker players on the planet.
That's right.
Your whole world is built on a bluff.
That's right.
See, what many of you don't appreciate is that Caucasian people are very clever people, but they haven't the entirety of knowledge. They have a very small amount of knowledge. There is a whole circle of knowledge which runs into 360 degrees. Just testing the brothers, because we should all know this. 360 degrees of knowledge. 360 degrees of knowledge. Do you know how much of the knowledge the highest learned Caucasian person on this planet has? Your highest learned person on this planet possesses no more than 33 degrees of knowledge.
That's right.
These are your Freemasons. These are your high-ranking secret society people. These are your aristocrats and those who have secret meetings and secret dealings in hidden knowledge. What some of you refer to as esoteric knowledge. And there's so much of this stuff going on that many of the masses of the people know nothing about. But even with the high knowledge that they have, it only amounts to 33 degrees of knowledge.
That's right.
Now let me give you a little balance with that so you can see what we're talking about. 33 degrees of knowledge. Water freezes at 32 degrees.
That's right. Like,
Meaning that the knowledge that you have raises you just 1 degree above freezing level. You're not even warm.
no, that's not.
Actual
The
fact.
black man, the original man, the God of the universe, possesses 360 degrees.
That's right.
You got your 33 degrees because we gave you one book, You don't know this.
Go ahead.
The Freemasons know this.
No,
Let me tell you something else about the Freemasons.
break it down, Muhammad. Listen up.
Your Freemasons start off with the Bible. When they get to 32 and 33 degrees of knowledge, they put the Bible down and they pick up the Holy Quran.
That's right.
In Buckingham Palace,
Prince Charles.
when they meet in secret rooms, they give the greeting, Assalamu alaikum.
That's right.
They refer to one another as a Muslim son.
That's right.
They wear a little fez on their head with a star and crescent, this symbol here. And they have a sword. And the sword is with the crescent. Now they have a little tassel on the fez. Some of you may remember Tommy Cooper.
Tommy.
That's right.
He used to wear the fez as a joke, but it's not a joke.
That's right.
It's symbolic. That's not our subject. But this is your level of knowledge. Now, I mention this because in order for you to understand how these chromosomes work and how this X factor is a very key factor, because they've harnessed the X-ray, but they don't know. They've harnessed the ray, but they don't know what the ray is. So they refer to it, they call it an X-ray, an unknown ray.
That's right. Mathematical.
Because X means the unknown.
That's what it means.
It is an unknown equation. And that's why they have programs like the X-Files.
That's right.
That which is unknown. That's why, for instance, you wonder why at Christmas they give you an Xmas card. And you think, oh, it's short for Christmas. Really?
Really.
I thought Christmas began with a C.
Go
That's
ahead.
right.
No, they put X on it because it's mockery of you. It is the masses of the people worshipping and celebrating that which is unknown. Because you are not celebrating the birthday of Jesus.
Go ahead.
You are worshipping the birth of Nimrod, an evil demon.
That's right.
And your church is mocking you. The Pope of Rome knows.
That's right.
Even though he has mass, ex-mass, the masses of the people getting involved in that which they know nothing about. Go to your Bible. Go to Jeremiah 10
That's right.
and read about your Christmas tree
That's a fact.
and what Allah God says you must not do in regard to the heathens, and you must not get into that paganistic practice that they do when they go in the forest and cut the tree down and bring it into the house and nail it down and put gifts and presents all underneath it. Pure pagan worship.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Nothing to do with Jesus, and we can prove that in no limit of time.
That's right.
You want to claim, oh, this is Jesus, this is about Jesus, Christmas, Jesus, really?
Santa.
Jesus was a holy and righteous man of God.
That's right.
So why do you get drunk at Christmas?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with Jesus?
Run up for the second.
Why do you go and jump on the photocopy machine and photograph your genitals at Christmas?
That's
Right,
right.
office card.
What's this office party or okey cokey all about?
That's right.
Why is it now all of a sudden that young girl working in the office that you've been hoping to grope all year, all of a sudden now you got the mistletoe and you got your excuse? Pervert.
That's right.
Christmas, it's Christmas. Here's the mistletoe. Where does mistletoe come from? Not even our subject.
That's right.
Right.
We're like pregnant people today.
That's right. Food.
I'm like a woman today. I'm pregnant. I just got to give birth to a word that's full of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for those who care to listen.
Go ahead, Muhammad.
The X-ray is an unknown ray. The woman made up of the X chromosome, she is an unknown quantity. From her issues all life. Without her, there would be no life. She is. Like, again, women get upset because they don't understand. But you are like these trees. Right now, the scientists are very much aware, and they are complaining and they are warning that the earth is threatened by an imbalance and an ecological disaster because the rainforests are being cut down all over the planet.
That is.
The scientists, they know the importance of these rainforests.
That's right.
They know the importance of the trees. The trees provide oxygen and a balance in the ecosystem.
That's right.
That's where we get all of the breathable air from. If you're wise and you're trying to keep fit, A good place to go for a run is in Hyde Park.
That's right.
Not out there on Park Lane.
That's right.
With all the carbon monoxide and all the rest of the filth and madness. You need to run among the trees, through the woods, through the forest, where you will get good, fresh air.
That's right.
But when you cut down the trees, destroy the trees, then you have no more fresh air. You now have pollution and an imbalance. The woman is just as important, in fact, more important than the trees.
That's right.
When you cut the woman down, when you move her out of her place of influence, you are demolishing the structure that Almighty God Allah put in place.
That's right. That's it.
And you are heading towards a great imbalance on the planet, which there must be a consequence from. The woman, Malcolm X said, based on the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when you educate a man,
That's right.
you educate an individual. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation.
That's right.
So to deprive a woman of education
Madness.
is to once again endanger the very future of the nation. The woman is the first teacher and the nurturer of the children. You know, when you send your child to school, the word school is a very interesting one. When you go into the Latin of school, it is a word that they say is alma mater. That's the Latin for school, alma mater. Alma mater translated means the other mother. Because it is the first mother, the original biological mother, who must be the first teacher of the children.
That's right.
Then she turns the child over. I think in this country it's age 5.
That's it.
Turns the child over to what you might call nursery or kindergarten or preschool. That is alma mater, the other mother. And the child then goes to school and eventually graduates from university or college or whatever. But you are turning the child over to what is supposed to be another mother. We in the Nation of Islam, we don't give you our children no more.
That's right.
We produce in our own schools and teaching our own children, because if you are supposed to be the other mother, in terms of, I'm talking about Europeans in England setting up schools to educate the children. We appreciate now that the children are not being educated in these schools, but they are being destroyed and they are being miseducated,
right.
in particular black children.
That's right.
Prince Charles said in a statement that the school system in this country is failing the youth.
That's right.
He wasn't talking about black children, he's talking about white children. If it's failing white children, what do you think it's doing to black children?
That's right.
Because it was never set up to educate our children in the first place.
It is.
It's supposed to be alma mater, the other mother. It's supposed to be a nurturer and a sustainer, just like mummy would be.
Teach, Muhammad.
But is that what the schools are doing with the children? No way.
No way.
We refer to the schools as the killing fields.
That's right.
When our children are born, they come out of the womb. They're ready for action, they're lively. You can see genius in them.
That's right.
And then we send them to school, and then they come home
Like that.
shiftless, different. There's something happened to them. Somebody has crushed out their spirit in the school.
That's right.
Because white supremacy is all ingrained in your curriculum.
Right.
Oh yes it is. White supremacy permeates your institutions.
That's right.
So says your own Macpherson report.
That's right.
Macpherson, who is a pillar of your establishment.
That's it.
One of your Caucasian judges, who was forced to look into the Lawrence situation, and having looked into it, determined that the Metropolitan Police are institutional racist.
Right.
And then he went further. He said not only are the police institutionalized racist, he said, but every institution throughout our system is racist to the core.
Right.
Now Macpherson wasn't telling us anything new.
That's right.
That's what we've known all our lives.
Right.
That's been our experience.
That's right.
Wherever we go, we meet your racism. Sometimes subtle, sometimes not so.
That's right.
When we have, you know, you hear the way I speak. Do you know how many jobs I rang up for when I left school? Yes, my name is Mr. Jones, and I'm inquiring about your advertisement in the evening news. Oh yes, Mr. Jones, come right along, because the job is obviously available. But when they come out of the office and they see your black face, I'm embarrassed for them.
That's
I
right.
love it.
With their damn racist self, almost falling over.
Falling over.
Oh, it's you. You feel like saying, you sick, pathetic devil.
That's right.
You don't want to give me a job because of the color of my skin?
Funny, huh?
Sick people. But this is institutionalized racism that we have experienced all our lives.
All our lives.
It happens every day. Nothing new to us. We see it, we feel it, we know it. Those of you who want to run around here, I'm not a racist. You want to check yourself. You think you're not a racist because you've never had to deal with black people.
That's right.
But you try dealing with black people.
On equal level.
You try giving black people an equal chance and an equal opportunity, and all of a sudden you see something come up in you.
That's right.
You get afraid. Did you know that they did a survey? And they said that you could have a room full of white men,
Listen.
and one black man walks in, and all of the white men, all of their physiology changes.
That's right.
Actual fact.
A room full of white, these are surveys done by your own people, by the way.
Actual fact.
White men, all in a room, all very comfortable and relaxed. A black man walks in,
Listen.
and your whole persona changes.
Heart rate goes up.
Your heart rate goes up. Oh yeah, yes.
Actual fact.
Because Darth Vader just entered the room.
That's right.
See, your women, they're looking for what? A tall, dark, handsome man.
That's right.
Oh yes. Tall, dark, and handsome. And you all see something in us. You know, white men, when you see the black man, look how straight he stands. When you see Lennox Lewis, what happens to you? Woo-hoo. You wish you was like that. You wish you could do what Lennox can do. All of this hysteria the other day over Tyson, just envy and jealousy.
That's right.
Just envy and jealousy. Look how cool he is. Under all of your pressure. All of this hysteria over Minister Farrakhan. What has he done to you?
That's right.
What has Minister Farrakhan ever done to one white man? But you're there, panicking. Ooh, he's a racist. Oh, he's an anti-Semite. He's a bigot. Prove it. Because you're a damn liar. It's just your fear of a black man who refuses to bow and scrape to you.
That's right.
We ain't coming in trying to make you feel happy about us. We're not going to allow you to put your hand in our hair and stroke our hair. You touch our hair, it'll be the last hair you touch. Because those days are over.
Over.
When you used to come up to the black man and, rub your hand for luck. Because that's what you used to do to us. Oh yeah, as recently as the 50s. They used to rub their hand in the black man's hair for luck. Not no more. That'd be bad luck.
That's right.
You don't touch us no more. It's a different day now. We've come of age. We'll answer your question in just a minute. We're going to come to a close. The point is this, that the woman is so important and significant to this world, to this universe. Nothing could be in existence without her.
That's right.
She is the secret to God. X chromosome, unknown quantity. And women, you have such tremendous power, but you don't know your power. And because you give your power to men, and I say men in brackets,
Yeah, go ahead.
because they're not really men, they're freaks. You allow these freaks in Paris and Milan and London to design your clothing,
That ain't.
and they design the clothing to bring your private parts into the public arena.
That's right.
So the bra pushes up and out. And so you're on a big poster. Hello, boys. You're advertising a washing machine, but you've got to be naked.
That's right.
You're advertising a car. In America, they've gone so far, they're advertising tombstones, but the woman is naked across the tombstone. This is how sick this thing has become. And this is how women have been reduced now to pieces of meat.
Right.
Some of you think, oh, yeah, but what about in Islam? The woman is exploited. Now, we're talking about your society.
That's right.
Because we dealt with that last week.
That's right.
But we're talking about your society, where you want to make out that you're holier than thou, and that the woman is so highly respected here. She has now received voting. She has now received voting rights. As she really. The woman is to be looked at in a different light.
Right.
I'll make my last comparison, then I'll finish. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Rubbish. The woman is the diamond.
That's right.
She is the most precious stone. She is the most precious element.
Listen.
A diamond has got nothing on the woman.
That's right.
nothing.
Tell it.
Don't make me laugh, please. No, for real.
Listen.
It has nothing. But how do you... Yes, I am. But how do you determine the precious nature of the woman? Today, we live in a society where we judge a book by its cover.
Wrong.
We're surface dwellers.
That's right.
Oh, she looks nice. Well, what can you see of her? Her face, her buttocks, her breast, her hips, her legs. You got men who say, I'm a leg man.
Tell it.
That's the part of the woman that they like.
That's right.
So they become a leg man. Some men are breast men. That's what they like. So then you got foolish women who dress accordingly. They want to show their bosom because they know these are my best assets. And so you attract a man to you on the basis of your breast. But guess what? You thought your, what is it, double D cup or something like that? You thought that you thought that was it, man. You thought you won the game because you got the man in your bed on the basis of your breast.
Listen.
But he's a breast man. He didn't say just your breast.
That's right.
That's right. What happens when you lose them?
Teach me.
Once your breasts begin to sag, once you've had the baby, once he starts looking around for some new breasts.
That's right.
Once your breast becomes preoccupied with the baby's mouth, which is what they were designed for in the first place,
That's right.
then he starts looking around for some new breasts. If you attracted him on the basis that you got that, what is it, hourglass shape or some foolishness like that, okay, there's another woman out there, she's got an even better one. So you can't attract a man to yourself based on such trivia and based on such surface dwelling.
Teach, Muhammad.
You've got to know to attract a man to yourself based on some substance.
That's right.
That which is inside. Many women, I'm not talking about color now, I'm talking about women, period.
Right.
Many women in your households, you have tremendous difficulty making a man listen to a word you're saying.
Actual fact.
You'll be talking to him and you see his eyes glaze over. He's watching the football or he's into